Welcome back to another review on A Nightmare on Fear Street. I am still Sheree. There is still no cure, and we are doing this again because it's another weekday. I am here today, though, for this one to talk to you about our good sis, Abigail. For those of you who somehow missed that, Radio Silence is a new movie starring Melissa Barrera, and we got a dancing vampire ballerina. I'm gonna talk about that movie. It's my new personality already, so just go ahead and get on in. I'm not going to be super heavy on the spoilers because I feel like by nature of marketing, we all knew a little bit too much. We thought. You can watch this if you've seen like a poster and you get the idea. Because I'm not gonna tell you who dies when and how. I'm not gonna tell you the ending. I'm just gonna like sort of lightly allude to some things, so you can stick or you can leave. I don't care. Do you? But watch the movie and then come watch this. So I guess I do care. I don't know. We're here now. Ha! Anywho, the synopsis for Abigail. After a group of criminals kidnap the ballerina daughter of a powerful underworld figure, they retreat to an isolated mansion, unaware that they're locked inside with no normal little girl. And that's how we get cinema, y'all. So again, I was one of the many people who was a little bit salty because when everything dropped, it was like dancing ballerina vampire. I was like, I don't want to know anything. I want to just go in and give my money and see it. However, because it's a Radio Silence party, the premise is just kind of the vehicle for all the chaos they're bringing to the party. So it doesn't matter because you're giving that freebie, but you're not seeing everything else that's coming your way. This is the bloodiest movie we're going to get this year. And if somebody outdoes this, I would love to see that immediately because hot damn. I I also think that we're gonna have to look at the Mithrigan comparisons for a minute. It's gonna haunt this movie just because Alicia Weir's character Abigail is definitely a very mobile dancing monster who's very violent and deadly. While we're talking about Miss Weir, I have to give her flowers. I'm not usually impressed by child actors, but I was here for her. I was here for her. And so I have to shout that out because we need more kids understanding the assignment in horror because I think that a lot of people just let kids get away with things because they're cute. And she's like, I'm cute, but also I'm a monster. And she lived in that truth, and it was a beautiful thing to behold. Give her more horror movies. I don't know what she's doing. I don't know if she wants to do more. Give her more. She's our baddie. She's the reason for the season. However, the whole cast is doing the things because again, Radio Silence has sort of become the ensemble people, which is it's a wild skill because now we have all these characters that we love, but also characters have to die, and there's no good way to navigate that. And so, like again, you know you're here for a horror movie with a vampire. You know people have to die. But because you're like falling for these people, you're like, oh no, not that person right now. You don't know who you want to win because everybody's so morally gray and ready to play as far as actors go. The characters are morally gray. Not the actors. The characters are morally gray. The actors are ready to play. That's how I'm gonna slow that sentence down because I'm not gonna catch a lawsuit today. I am here for everybody. Like, I mean, literally, I wish I could give awards to every fucking actor on the screen. Like, we have Giancarlo Esposito, we have Dan Stevens, we have William Catlett, who showed the fuck up and showed the fuck out. Everybody's at 100%. And I am in love with Kevin Durant. I don't know why I wasn't already trying to drive this fan wagon, but I am now. I am obsessed. We also have, unfortunately, one of our final performances from Angus Cloud, who is giving us everything we've always loved about him. And so that was kind of hard to be like, oh no, he's not gonna be able to do this for us anymore, even though he was a talent. And some of us are still stuck on that show that we wish we could quit because he was one of our favorite characters, because he's one of our favorite actors of his era. Again, the whole cast. But if you've noticed, I listed all the dudes. That's not something I normally do because we're talking about these ladies. Because again, I'm a Radio Silence girl because I no longer have to ask them, do you know women can do stuff? They're just like, women can do stuff. We're going to throw them around. These ladies and their stunt teams, let me tell you, I've seen so many people thrown off of so many things. I've seen so many people sliding across shit. Like, as a fan in the moment, I was like, yeah. As a person watching the credits, I'm like, who is still ensuring these movies? Are they not seeing the final products? Because I am concerned. I love it. I loved it. Oh my God. Melissa Barrera, Catherine Newton, and our teddy dancer, Miss Weir, are very three distinct characters. There is none of that giving tropes, giving stereotypes. That's your lane. Go do that. They are here. They are here in the middle. They are getting down and bloody. They are getting the jokes. They are getting the character arcs. They're kind of driving it. Again, we have an ensemble and we love everybody. But like those are the three pillars I'm looking at. I especially love that because like we know two of them have these horror backgrounds, and I'm hoping that our youngest member develops one. I just love that there's no tropey business. I love that there's this. It's just like throw her. I think that is equality. I think that is feminism. I think that is allyship. To be like, you know what? Your character is going to slide across that floor and get thrown into that shit. And then you're going to come through that window this way and then that door that way. They are breaking the girls. And I love it because I'm tired of us being damsels in distress. Yeah. Yes. I got dizzy, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. And at one point I was like, I don't think these stunt doubles are paid enough. And that's how you know what party you're at. Again, we were told so much of the premise going in just by nature of marketing. And I think that part of the issue with that is that you have to find a way to make what the people know fun while also surprising them. And they do, which is why so many people are going up for this movie right now. At no point in time was I like, oh no, I'm bored, or oh no. I do wish that we had the vampire reveal as an audience as opposed to knowing it going in, because that would have been a badass moment the way it happens. It also like gives away some of the stuff up top because you're like, we already know. But again, it's a radio silence party. So you are just like having fun and you're making friends and you're laughing and you're being grossed the fuck out as you go. And you almost forget, that you were salty about that little ballerina poster. It's a moment and it's iconic, but also it was too soon. Let the movie happen before you tell us what's going on. But obviously we get there, we get the fun, we get the blood, we get the violence, we get the vampiring. I don't ever want to see a vampire not dancing anymore. I grew up on Fright Night, watching Chris Sarandon in the club stealing people's girlfriends. I thought that was it. I thought that was high-key cinema. And now I'm like, we could have more. We could have pliés. We could have point. We could have twirls. We could have spins. Get it. I think this movie is also going to have to beat the Breakfast Club Usual Suspect allegations because, again, there are just nods galore, which is what I love about a lot of the filmmakers that we get to cover on Fear Street, at least our favorites, because they understand the history of the genre. And so there's all this like really cool shit for all of us film nerds. I also really appreciate that there's kind of I'm gonna say it's a callback to Ready or Not, which I was hoping would happen when I saw what the movie was, but I didn't know we would get it, and I didn't know. Like 30 minutes before we got it, I was like, that'd be cool if that was that, and then it was that. And that's why I don't ask questions of Radio Silence anymore. I just open my wallet because whatever we thought, they've done. So why are we having the conversation and wasting people's time? Could never be me again. Anywho's, that made me really happy. I was happy the whole movie, but that made me very fucking happy because that was one of my favorite movies of 2019. And so I was happy that we didn't completely go, yeah. We get to like wink at her a little bit and then go back to business. And I was here for business. I'm clearly giving this movie 5 drinks. I'm giving it the spiciest Bloody Mary. However, I'm going to make it non-alcoholic because our lead is a child and I'm not a monster, even though she is. I think that Abigail is fun, it's unique, it's out of pocket in all the right ways. It is cool. It is giving us everything we want. Like whether you were there because you're a Radio Silence girl, I'm a Melissa Barrera girl, or you're just like dancing in horror movies, you're gonna get fed. There is no way that this should work on paper. I keep thinking about that. There's no way this should work on paper. Like if you just were like, hello, I'm going to give you this, and this. I'd be like, that's too many things in that fucking kitchen. However, it works here. It complements everything. And I think that it is a joy. And I can't wait to go again. I already have plans to see it again. I already have plans to cover other podcasts, which is why we're not getting too far into this here because you're going to hear me talk about this for a minute. I'm sure there's going to be a couple of essays as well. I also just think that it's really fucking fun because so many people love to be like, we don't get original horror anymore. It's all sequels and franchises. How much more original can you get? go see this movie or keep your tweet thumbs to yourself, because like I don't know what else could be going on a screen for you to not tweet that in the year of our Lord Abigail. Okay, so speaking of our Lord Abigail, she's going to troll into a theater near you on April 19th. I hope you see it, because a lot of you deserve nice things. Not all of you, but a lot of you do. And I deserve nice things. And so I would like us to like get her to number something so I can get some more. I want more of these kind of movies. I want more of this kind of fun. I want more of this kind of feeling. I want more reasons to go out and dance in blood. Those are my hobbies. Thank you. Thank you to our friends at Overlook Film Fest for approving our press application. We're a small podcast, and so we only get to cover what we can see, and we can't see a lot of things because, again, small podcast, no monies, no funds. If you agree with this, I'm going to say it's a review. If you agree with this review, you can leave us something in the comments. If you disagree respectfully, you can also do that. Keyword is respectful. Know yourself. Know yourself. That's what I got today. Go see Abigail. Also, like, if you have a tutu, send it my way, because new personality is uploading. Anyway, stay fierce out there. Thank you. Bye.